Your task today, let's get personal. Telling a story, your objectives today, to learn the elements of a good story, to create and tell an original story based on personal experience. A couple of other things that they mention in the manual: keep your story brief and focused towards the climax. Too many unnecessary details will confuse the audience. Keep the story short. Well, you were kind of wandering around those objectives a little bit enough, but let me give you some ideas on what I thought you did well. You present yourself in a way where people want to like you. You're such a likable person.
Thank you.
And so we want to open ourselves up to listen to what you have to say, because we know you have so many good stories to tell. You have vivid language, and you establish a nice visual of where you are in East Africa as a young lady. You're still a young lady, but as a teenager and trying to figure out and chasing your dreams. And so we got that. Crazy person in the family, good language, the reaction of your mother. We were able to see when you got off that plane in New York City from Ethiopia, and weather in December in New York City. Now let's think about what that is. and seeing the shock to your system that was. We're able to see all that. Now let me get into a little bit of an area where I think you might be able to improve a little bit. Sometimes you're a little bit quiet. Sometimes you're a little bit hard to understand. You have an international language that sometimes is a little bit hard for us Midwesterners to pick up on. So what you might do is speak perhaps a little bit more slowly, or just working the pace a little bit in a way that makes you a little bit easier to understand. The focus of this assignment was to tell a single story. And you told a lot of stories today. And I kept count, and I started losing count after a while. You could have told a story on deciding on America. You could have told a story on convincing your mother. You could have told a story about the trip to the mall. Was it at Richard Nixon sign, President Nixon? Okay, I got that. The Nixon sign and freedom in America. Good Lord, in the IRS, and going into a store and seeing $19.99 and wondering why do you have to pay taxes. And then you were a Muslim in Florida, which could have been another story. So this is my challenge for you, Anal, is to really choose one story. Establish a logical flow from beginning to end into a climax. Because what you could have done with this was dreams. It's a dream to go to America. You mentioned it at the beginning, and then you waited until the end of your presentation to mention dreams again. And the climax could be, so when your daughter comes to you and says, I have this dream, say yes. So say yes to that, and I look forward to your next presentation.
Thank you.